It's the 13th day in the month of August 2024. Hello, good evening, and welcome to News broadcasting live from our main studios here at North Industrial Area. Let's now take a look at our top stories this evening. And now John Dramani Mahama embarks on a 4-day tour in the Volta region ahead of the 2024 elections. Meanwhile, flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress says he will appoint more young people to serve in his administration when elected into office in 2025. In other matters, tonight, Ghana Alternative Party forms alliance with the National Liberation Congress ahead of the December 7th polls. In business tonight, Ghana Port and Harbours Authority says over 6 private investors have expressed interest in partnering with the government to construct and operationalize Keita Port. We have details of these plus other stories coming up in the next 60 minutes. You can also join us live on Facebook at TV Africa Ghana. My name is Akledo. So let's begin the first story. And we take you to the Volta region where the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, John Dramani Mahama, has arrived in Japan to start a 4-day tour of the Volta region. This was a press statement according.
The flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, John Dramani Mahama, has arrived in Japan to start a 4-day campaign tour of the Volta region. Speaking at a community engagement attended by the Northern Union of Chiefs, Mahama outlined his plans for the region's social and economic transformation, reminding the people that the National Democratic Congress implemented every major infrastructural and developmental initiative in the Volta region. The hashtag Mahama for Change 2024 tour is designated to be inclusive, with engagements planned with traditional and religious leaders, community derbers, market women, the youth and other stakeholders. This comprehensive approach underscores the party's commitment to engaging with all sectors of the community. As part of his first day activities, the campaign team will visit Dededo in the Whole West constituency, call on the Azokli Traditional Council, hold a community derby at Petoi in the Agotime Petoi constituency, and attend a youth town hall meeting at the Whole Technical University.
Longer in the camp of the National Democratic Congress, because John Dramani Mahama said he will appoint more young people to serve in his administration when elected into office in 2025. According to him, this will ensure a strong youth development.
It gives me the confidence to appoint more young people to serve in my government from January 2025. God willing, when I am voted president. You just saw the talent that was displayed here this morning. We have the young men and we have the young women. The National Youth Authority Act, which was enacted in 2016, strengthened the framework for youth development. And that piece of legislation streamlined the operations of the National Youth Authority It increased youth representation on its governing board from a single one, to 3 members, and recognized the establishment of the Ghana Youth Federation as a platform for all youth-led organizations. The law also mandated the creation of regional and district youth committees to encourage youth involvement in decision-making. And importantly, it allocated a portion of the District Assembly's Common Fund to enhance youth development, addressing the centuries-old complaint of resource constraints.
Another flag bearer further said under his administration, recruitment of security services will be decentralized, ensuring equity among those applying.
Bias and nepotism have tarnished recruitment processes within Ghana's security services and our public sector. This undermines trust in public institutions and creates disillusionment amongst our youth. Under my leadership, recruitment will be decentralized to ensure equitable representation of all our citizenry within the security agencies and our public services. We shall not do secret recruitment in the bedrooms of party chairmen or in chiefs' palaces. We will give the opportunity for all young Ghanaians who want to serve to be able to do so. According to a 2023 study by the Center for Democratic Development, 55% of young professionals in these fields reported delayed postings or recruitment bottlenecks due to favoritism and political interference.
And still to come in tonight's bulletin, the Ghana Alternative Party has formed an alliance with the National Liberation Congress ahead of the 2024 election. But before that, we take a short breather. We're back with details of that story.
Kuje kuduba o kuje kuduba.
Ina zaka da gudu haka.
Danin duba sunana da bayanaina a cikin rajista.
Wani sunan, wani voters register.
Hukumar zabe na shirin babban zabe na 2024. A cikin shirin ne duban suna a cikin voters register. Daga ranar Talata 20 da watan August zuwa Talata 27 na watan August 2024. Daga karfe 7 da safe zuwa karfe 6 da dare kullum.
Ya kamata in je duba nawa.
Kuje ku duba o, kuje ku duba. Kuje ku duba o, kuje ku duba.
Ya kamata ka bincika bayananka a cikin voters register. Kuma in akwai bukata, shi a yi gyara. Kuma a san inda da jefa kuriya.
Wow.
Dole ne a fidda mutanen da ba su kasance shiga a cikin rajistan ba.
Kamar dan wanka da ya mutu shi ma ya kamata a cire sunan shi daga cikin rajistan nan.
Ya kamata in je yanzu. Check o check. Kuje ku duba o, kuje ku duba.
Ya kamata ka san lokutan da dai wanga abu duka.
Kuje ku duba o, kuje ku duba. Kuje ku duba.
Wajen gudanar da babban zaben da za a yi a shekarar 2024, Electoral Commission sun gabatar da voters register don binciken jama'a. Ku yi kokari zuwa duban voters register in lokaci ya kai daga Talata 20 na watan August zuwa Talata 27 na watan August 2024 daga karfe 7 da safe zuwa karfe 6 marance kowane rana. Ko kuwa masu kare kuriya za su iya duban bayanan rajistan su akan wayansu ta hanyar buga *711 *51# kan kowane network. Mutanen da suka yi asara ko suka batar da voters ID card su za su iya zuwa wurin duban voters register su bincika bayanansu ba tare da kadin su ba. Wanda ya kasance ya iya kare kuriya na iya kin amincewa da kare kuriyan wani daban akan hanyoyi da dama, kamar yaro ne da bai kai ba, bako ne, mahaukaci ne, mai kwaikwayon wani ne, ko kuwa ba anguwan shi bane.
Kuje ku duba o, kuje ku duba.
Zabenka, rayuwanka.
Many thanks for staying tuned. Remember, tonight's bulletin is also streaming live on Facebook at TV Africa Ghana. Now, away from the National Democratic Congress, let's now take you to the National Liberation Congress, because the Ghana Alternative Party has formed an alliance with the National Liberation Congress ahead of the 2024 elections. This alliance, according to the leader and founder of the Ghana Alternative Party, Osahini Nanaije Boateng, will help the two parties secure the 2024 elections since they share the same ideology. Gets nearer, many political parties and independent candidates have started their campaign tour in the various regions, and some have launched their manifesto poised to win the December 7 polls. Against this backdrop, the Ghana Alternative Party has formed an alliance with the National Liberation Congress. The leader and founder of the Ghana Alternative Party, Osahini Nanaije Boateng, said this alliance has been formed because the two political parties share the same ideology and a common goal to help them win the 2024 elections. He further said when they are elected into power, the natural resources will be processed locally to reduce importation by 10%. Leader and founder of the National Liberation Congress,
a top-notch outline policies for this country. When granted power, every raw material and natural resource will be processed locally to reduce importation to 10%, strengthen our economy, eradicate unemployment, and compel factories to run triple shift in every 24 hours. It is sad to know that the percentage of our older adults from 60 years and above who die poor, the number of our young men who keep wasting their future on hard drugs, gambling, prostitution, and other social vices just because of inadequate jobs in this country. Let me assure you that all these solutions are enshrined in our future administration. Beloved Ghanaians, after combing through the political space of Ghana, our radar landed on the NLC based on their political ideologies, values, principles, and vibrant nature of their leadership. The current state of the nation needs revolutionaries, pragmatics, solution-orienteers, disciplinarians, and above all, God-fearing young men to navigate the nation to the anchorage. God is here today to declare our intentions to align with NLC to contest the 2024 general elections to govern this country from 7th January 2025.
Stephen Atubiga says this alliance will secure victory for the National Liberation Congress. He further said this alliance is primarily for this year's election, after which the Ghana Alternative Party will part ways.
NLC keep putting its house and structures together towards the 2024 election. We have been getting admirers from other political parties who think we could work together for a common goal. As we have also been doing same, poaching individuals who matter in society to come join us for a common goal of delivering good governance to the good people of Ghana. As today happens to be the day NLC is officially accepting and announcing of an alliance with Ghana Alternative Party, GAP, for the December 2024 elections, the Ghana Alternative Party will be tilting to any decisions taken by the NLC towards 2024 elections for a common goal of victory together. Alliance between NLC and the Ghana Alternative Party is just for this year elections. As the alliance ends after the elections, and depending on either NLC wins or loses the elections, will also determine the directions of the alliance. In case there is a second round in the country, the GAP party is still in alliance with the NLC to lead in any direction that will be taken by the NLC and the GAP party.
Meanwhile, the leader and founder of the National Liberation Congress, Stephen Atubiga, says the special prosecutor should have involved the Airbus company in its investigation. He further urged John Mahama to allow his lawyers ask the Airbus company to release its own reports on the purchase of the Airbus.
That the special prosecutor has given a verdict. I think that the special prosecutor is not an institution as like a court. And I think that I first of all want to congratulate my big brother John Dramani Mahama, that I believe in the rule of law. I believe that when any arm of judicial system in our country here gives a verdict or comes with a decision, I may accept it, I may not like it, I may not stand by it, but I have to accept it in the interest of moving this country forward. People have the right to punch holes or to ask questions, just as my grandfather, Martin Hamidou, former Attorney General, I saw a write-up or thesis that he thinks, why wasn't the Airbus company being invited or also investigated or to say the side of a story? And then the famous email that they needed to see from our former president, John Dramani Mahama. I think that is the right for information for people to know. So even if I would urge that my big brother John Dramani Mahama should go ahead and initiate initiation in his own capacity to let his lawyers file something for the Airbus companies to come, force them. He can subpoena them to voluntarily release whatever information that everybody on his side to add sugar to the honey that he already has. But who am I to judge when a court or an arm of the judiciary has taken a decision? But there is always room for people to ask questions. So I think I want to congratulate John Dramani Mahama for getting clearance at the moment, unless proven otherwise, or the Airbus company coming out to bring a different evidence that may indict him. I congratulate him, my brother.
And away from the National Liberation Congress to some other matters this evening, in an exclusive interview with the media after the verdict, Justice stated that Dr. Opuni's accusation of importing fake drugs had a devastating impact on the company, prompting them to seek legal redress. According to Justice Anand, Dr. Opuni's allegations against Tobinco Pharmaceuticals were baseless and motivated by malice, resulting in a significant damage to the company's reputation and operations.
Use of his power. So for us, that was the background to the whole press statement. And we thought that it had gone far. It had gone really, really far. If you go to the internet right now and search Tobinco FDA, you see all those things coming. So we thought it wise that we also have to take steps to redeem that dent that has been to our, brand name, the person, and then the company. So that is why we had to at least release the press statement for people to know that at the end of the day, the court, which is the only place that we can go for remedies, had exonerated us. So that is what we're currently doing now, the release of the press statement. At least people also hear that though our customers, our staff, did not believe in that type of importing fake medicines, we still need for the outside world. They say the internet does not forget. And like I said earlier on in my introductory statement, you'll get to know that it is online. Everywhere that you go, you will find it. And so we need to counter it by also going online, letting the media, Ghanaians, our international partners know that, yes, it was just a fabrication of stories to damage our brand and then the person of the CEO. That is exactly what we did. The legal action is why we took it to court for the court to exonerate. I think the compensation was secondary. The first thing was for us to get our name exonerated. Of course, when you talk to the lawyers, which of course I'm not, they will tell you that whatever it is, because your name has been damaged, there will be some compensation. But for us, for my CEO and for the company, the most important thing to us is to exonerate us, is to put more confidence in our customers, in our staff, that whatever that was done to us, it was out of, abuse of power that we suffered. In fact, during the hot stage of the time, we search and search.
Furthermore, Dr. Justice said the special prosecutor should have involved the Airbus company.
2013 to the early part of 2014, Tobinco had an impasse with then Dr. Stephen Opuni led FDA. Before then, things were okay, normal business, normal regulatory actions and stuff like that. But around some time, we were called so many names, publicly and sometimes in between the meetings of the two CEOs, that is Dr. Opuni and my boss. And it came out that, in fact, we were alleged to have been importing fake medicines. So that was then. And it didn't end there. My boss was harassed, arrested, put in cells at both BNI office and then the Nima police station, which caused a lot of trauma to his person, to the family, and to the business. Calling the business, as fake business, calling my boss as drug baron and other things brought a whole lot of embarrassment and, damage to his person and name. We had to, go to wherever that we can go, to the extent that we even went to Parliament for them to come in between to resolve some of these issues. It didn't end there. At the end of the day, it subsided. But we thought it wise that we still need to redeem our name. The name has been dented, and it is something that we struggled to create.
And away from that, to some sanitation matters, because the Assemblyman for the Anya East, Eric Agbota, has urged government to invest adequately in the proper sanitation to ensure cleanliness. Speaking at the cleanup exercise organized by University Student Volunteering Group, the Assemblyman said Ghana's vision of becoming the cleanest country in Africa can only be realized if government collaborate effectively with private entities to improve sanitation in the country.
Society Church of Ghana, the cornerstone of access, upholds the belief in God the Father and God the Mother as outlined in the Bible. It delivers the truth of the new covenant and the eternal happiness to families worldwide. Over 3.5 million members across 7,500 churches in 175 countries supports the happiness of the global family. As part of efforts to ensure proper sanitation within the Enya Enclave, ASES has organized a cleanup exercise. The University Students Voluntary Group stressed on the need to invest in good health.
We want the world to be better. So in order for that, we need the collaboration beyond the race, beyond the countries, beyond the ideologies, beyond the religion. We should all work together because we all have different thoughts and different ideas and different countries and different circumstances, but we are living in the same earth. As one of you who asked me a question before, this is not the matter of one or two countries. One or two countries spoils, you know what I mean? It's one or two countries or one or two people make a mistake. The damage is for everybody.
The cleanup exercise saw lots of young people clean up the Enya market, gutters and streets. The assemblyman of the area, Eric Agbota, stressed on the excitement over the exercise.
Everyone say we move. Say every quarterly you be massive one, but every month we are clean up exercise and we are all important, but the massive one will be the Anya terminal market, NIC, and Anya DA. That is a massive one, like I say. Every quarterly we are 2 years rotations. Okay.
Some volunteers spoke to TV Africa News.
Said you see plastic, recycle plastic, because when you see bottled water now, when you see any plastic now, dumping anywhere. Because after where you see those plastic, you better make the yard for fire. So the ban for so ama or minor and I say maintain.
As an Access University member, I'm spending my university time here in Ghana. to engage in the volunteer service. So, and Access is exploring the ways to take a global action for a better future, aiming to raise the voice of future generation to create better society and happier world.
Let's now take you to the central region where the aspiring parliamentary candidate for the New Patriotic Party is in Gomwa East constituency, Kojo Asemeni, has presented a check of 50,000 Ghana cedis to support the building of the Gomwa Budubram Community Center. To Asemeni, he said he will make sure phase 1 of the project will be completed before the elections and continue with the phase 2 after the elections. He made this known to Ketri Kwiku Adema when the community organized a clean-up exercise, met with the chiefs and handling of over 50,000 Ghana cedis to the chiefs and the community planning committee. He therefore entreated the people of Gomwa East to vote massively for him during these coming elections, for him to become their member of parliament and see disappointed Desmond out.
Budubram as important artists, Honorable Desmond Petu, about at least 100,000 or about 1 fan support projects away there. Now it be some 500,000 don't go on. He has misused the money. And this is the call because of that into 2024 7 December elections. Now this is Honorable Desmond Petu because we need BBR now a over 500,000 then to my account for no project I recorded them into my farm. That is my big problem. And other the master no can now ban in one. I know what ban in one 10% of 500,000 is 50,000. Into at least already 250,000 this money that I'm bringing maximum savings. Juma president mama me kankra me 5,000 me 10,000 that one me save it me save na me da ba nti we ensure to know that I'm on this more pay to enter nti 20 year wide obi a oji ska order to boa abani ska order to boa common fund is for the people oji no this no kotokum no be so onangasa so onya ni ska so to boa man. Let's look at the difference and some December and take the decision. That's one pay to is a no.
However, Gomwa Budubram Odikro Nana Kojo SL, who received the check, expressed his excitement and admonished the constituents to make a good choice when they go to the polls to cast their votes. In conclusion, he cautioned those who litter the street at night to desist from it as far as personal hygiene is concerned.
Also, you find you organize the Oya Assemblyman, organize the Mautnala Webosum, and Chanuanum Bisu, so over Betty, so one the actual also. There was what promises and a baby. My kind there will be behind the wing. On my yarum, a on my yar, I dear where you got me, or Yarakasapan, and you mosquito Fimbakawa, or the Yarabro. And this will be about a popping Macancho, a Quayufi, Asana, and Chayano, the ye. Now, what Babusi asked me, ye. Why soon we get pizza? Mafu took a cram one 1 million dear Huni, young Tree who feel now yet this sea. Yadiano, be a while, nay, the Albasha got him, young from Quechi, or not Okreti, Yalba my hand, Master Home, no what Tron if you Munda Manu, and my Yenya, I want to me as our boy or mine.
You are still watching the live telecast of news. I return shortly with some business news.
Mena nyanko jiga kwenya jeshida nu yong lodi tongchinya le voters register man.
Inkoka register ka.
Electoral Commission amachato of defa jadrado wode 2024 amachacha wanangwa voters register vuga dadi na vai ji onko akpo to blaragba 20th August basere blaragba 27th August 2024 tondi gandra basere troga dama gbasiagba
kajaba mai imagine yanko fifila jilo ji onko lo ji
Ejepe na ji wo jesiden yo nglodi le voters register me. Eye na hia be wo wodododo wa. Ejepe na nya wo kotafe polling station. Atengo titrede ama yo panko majebe wo nokota gbala ma wo fumato yo maga value ejepe wo de panko da le voters register me.
Ejepe ma ba ji nyonko la gbala ma fifi lai. Jilo ji.
Gake ejepe na nya gbe magbe la gafufu mame.
Jilo ji wo kolo.
Dongo na 2024 general election electoral commission amacha don ofe avu voters register adadi ba me de share na po menue gbogbo be wonto eyi aji wo jesiden yo nlo dadi chonwo le voters register vuvu dadi eyi yo me to blaragbe 20th August basere blaragbe 27th August 2024 so ndi gandre basere retro garden gbe siagbe agate mo wonu ya okatan to mo bubuji ama yo nlo nko adako a watenwo ji ofe jesiden nlo di oka no ta si de *711*51# le network de share de ji ama yo ofe ID card bu alo o manya fi yo le o watenwo yi exhibition center aji ofe jesiden yo nlo dadi exhibition officer o atenwo kperenwo na ji wo jesiden yo nlo dadi no voter ID card malio ha akodala yi jebe wadako atenwo titrede nko de fe jesiden yo nlo dia ngu kode amade ngu to amoya ojibe ama amachio ama anye dukobu mato ama fa susu mele de dio ama amenye ama yo be yenye ama amenye tafa macholao
Jilo
ji wakodada yenye wo chome.
Many thanks for staying tuned. In business news tonight, the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, says when elected into power, his administration will invest approximately $3 billion with the support of the private sector into the technology and fintech industry. This, he said, will create jobs and boost economic growth in the country, and also with the introduction of the 24-hour economic policy.
Has plagiarized who? Go to the NDC 2020 manifesto and look at page 88 and you see the Million Coders program there. Additionally, we will invest the equivalent of $3 billion in collaboration with the private sector to build a vibrant technology and fintech industry that will create jobs and boost economic growth in Ghana. The 24-hour economy policy we will implement in 2025 is a game changer that will open new job markets, foster entrepreneurship, and drive innovation. By creating an enabling environment for young people to thrive, we will lay the foundation for a prosperous future for all Ghanaians, not just a few. But our commitment to the youth goes beyond digital empowerment. The NDC Youth Manifesto outlines several key initiatives, including increased access to quality education from the basic and second cycle to tertiary levels, affordable health care, and numerous job creation programs.
And now John Dramani Mahama further says that the next NDC government will partner with religious bodies and NGOs to invest in skills development programs to enhance the economic opportunities available for the youth.
Will centralize the coordination of youth initiatives in Ghana. It will facilitate job creation. It will promote entrepreneurship. It will provide scholarships and enhance youth participation in decision making, while ensuring the effective implementation of the National Youth Authority Act. Despite various initiatives, a significant gap still exists between the skills offered by educational institutions and the demands of our job market. Only about 10% of our young people receive formal skills training, and thereby hampering their employability and their economic prospects. This current situation is detrimental to innovation and economic growth, and particularly affecting artisans and craftsmen who need access to modern tools and training. And therefore, to address these shortcomings, the next NDC government will partner with religious bodies and other non-governmental organizations to invest in diverse skills development programs to enhance the economic opportunities that are available to our young people. And so, the National Apprenticeship Program, which is NAP, and the expanded TVET centers will provide skills upscaling for youth who do not progress to the tertiary level.
Still in the business news, the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority says over 6 private investors have expressed interest in partnering with the government to construct and operationalize this catapult in the Volta region.
Ports and Harbours Authority GPHA says over 6 private investors have expressed interest in partnering with government to construct and operationalize the catapult in the Volta region. According to the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority Director General Michael Luguje, an environmental and social impact assessment report will be issued by the Environmental Protection Agency to be presented to the investors as part of the process of developing the port. President Akufo-Addo signed an executive instrument in October 2018, officially designating the location in Keta as the port for Keta to be managed by the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority. Despite this, residents of Keta have expressed frustration with the government's delay in moving forward with the construction of the port. In a recent media interview, Mr. Luguje mentioned that the government is yet to receive formal proposals from investors interested in the project.
And that's all for the business news tonight. Up next is sports. In sports news tonight, the Member of Parliament for Itiwa East, Abinose Asari, has cut saw for the construction of artificial football pitch with auxiliary facilities. The facility was initiated by the Member of Parliament with funding support from Exim Bank Ghana and will be constructed by Best Constructions Company Limited.
The Member of Parliament for Itiwa East, Abinose Asari, the FIFA standard AstroTurf with floodlights when completed would increase to 3 the number of AstroTurfs she has built in the constituency. The first 2 are at various stages of completion in Awoswase and Ekutuase. At a ceremony to cut sword for the construction work to begin, Abinose Asari said the project will help promote sports development and unearth talent in the area. She explained at sword cutting, which was witnessed by chiefs and elders of the town, that the project will boost the morale and enthusiastic sports followers.
The physical education and do more preventive measures of yare than waiting for ayare no emra anse ya cure. It's nyina ka ho ene ye AstroTurf e wa Samantanfo park yi so ye gidi se emra so se ye so nioma ye a efata ebi ekronum yeso ye be bi wa we ka ho ade toso me ensa ena ye wo Itiwa East ni ya sha ase wo awoso ase ekutu ase ena ye be hye we ase gidi se ansa na afeni be ko ye na me ensa ni nyina ye wi a ye yi yensa free hu ejidi se we ebeboa ama ye mofre so a omso ominiso ade ehunu se ombebo ball no omenya access to a very good training ground a ombetimi ede abobo and enye no nko ansa ne ye kan no we a standard size pitch ye betimi so ede raise sika amakro no se ebe invite other teams, professional teams ombenya akonya se with a serene environment here no so ombenya akonya no maba be use your pitch no na ye de raise sika kakra so amakro no.
On his part, the CEO of Best Constructions Company, Nana Entry, said the turf will be an 11th aside football pitch with floodlights and washrooms. According to him, even though they have been tasked to complete the project in 4 months, he hopes to finish and hand over within a 3-month period.
Here in the eastern region, that is the community to be precise, that is Asamai. We're doing 11 aside standard AstroTurf. They will have the panel mesh fencing to regulate the usage of the pitch. They will also have the floodlight, which will also not just keep people playing today and only afternoon. They can also play at night. We will add a place where we can best describe as a washroom so that they can always keep themselves clean. The maintenance also just has been said. We have a model that will be guiding the community so that at the end of the day, after we are done with the projects, they can also keep the project in good shape and form to help develop the talent that we are seeing in this community.
And that's all for sports tonight. We return shortly with some stories to stay.
Hello, good morning, Ghana. Welcome to Breakfast Live on TV Africa.
Get you to understand the news.
From politics to entertainment to all the big issues, anything entertainment, we've got you covered at the entertainment and lifestyle session of the Breakfast Live show right here on TV Africa.
Of course, my name is Lebene Abroko. How about you join me this and every weekday on the key issues segment of the Breakfast Live show as we talk about some pertinent issues with regards to Ghana, Africa, and the world at large.
I agree with the facts and set the record straight on media review. My name is Dennis Osei-Jemfi.
My name is Precious Biadela.
Make a date with Breakfast Live show, Mondays to Fridays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on TV Africa.
Many thanks for staying tuned. In international news tonight, we take you to Tanzania, where several leaders from the country's primary opposition party, Chadema, along with hundreds of their supporters, were released on Tuesday following mass arrests that occurred due to a prohibited youth gathering in the southwestern region of the country, as reported by both police and a party representative. Over the course of Sunday and Monday, authorities apprehended more than 500 supporters of Chadema, including the party's chairman, Freeman Mbowe, and vice chairman, Tundu Lissu. Human rights organizations have condemned the arrest, with Amnesty International stating that they are intended to intimidate the opposition in anticipation of the local government elections scheduled for later this year and the national elections set for 2025. Authorities prohibited the gathering in the city of Mbeya that the youth wing of Chadema intended to conduct on Monday, citing concerns that it could potentially disturb the peace. And that's all for the international news tonight. Let's now take a look at our top stories in tonight's bulletin. And our flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, embarks on a 4-day tour in the Volta region. Meanwhile, John Dramani Mahama says he will appoint more young people to serve in his administration when elected into office in 2025. Now, the Ghana Alternative Party forms alliance with the National Liberation Congress ahead of the December 4th elections. In business news, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority says over 6 private investors have expressed interest in partnering with government to construct and operationalize Keita Port. And that's our draw curtains on tonight's bulletin. Many thanks for joining us this evening. My name is Akledo, so enjoy the rest of our programs.